My dear students, welcome back to this class on the topic All Summer in a Day. Today we shall see the theme of this particular story. The first theme that we deal with is jealousy and bullying. Children tend to become mean and insensitive to others when they are confronted with someone different from themselves. It causes jealousy in them. So, when students or children confronted with someone different from themselves, it causes a kind of jealousy among them. Children of the planet Venus found Margaret different from them for many reasons. She came from the earth, but they were born and brought up there. She was pale and shy and did not mix with them. She did not play with them. She stood blinking after them when called for play. So basically, she showed a lot of difference from the children of the planets. Moreover, she did not sing with them the songs of happiness, and therefore they hated her for her rich experience of the sun on the planet Earth. So she did not sing with them. She had a rich experience of the earth that added the reason for feeling, feeling jealous of her. They said that Margaret was telling lies about the sun in her expression of the sun. They accused her of not having written the poem by herself. Jealousy is demonstrated through the character William. He hated Margaret because he thought she was weird, strange, and different from them. He bullied her, he pushed her and ran away, and might is right almost for William. We see this bullying aspect again when William would speak rudely to her on seeing her standing near the window waiting for the sun to emerge. He tried to bring other boys in teasing her. He mocked at what she said about the sun as a joke, saying nothing is happening today, and others laughed at her. So William is making a lot of comments on her and bullying her. William convinced others to lock her in the closet, the small room. But later we get the impression that it was only a prank or a game that they played. It was not really intended. That's the reason they feel sometimes guilty or they felt guilty at the end of their wrong action. Second theme of this story is about space travel. The story is written even before men landed on the moon. Therefore, it's a fantasy about space and an imagination about the planet Venus even before men started traveling in the space. The idea of incessant rain, continuous rain on the planet for 7 years, is a fantasy, is a mere fantasy imagination. The author brings in the aspect of Margaret being brought back to the earth, even if it is expensive. So, once again, a return space travel is being talked in the same story. And the third topic that we deal in this particular story is about natural order and significance of sun in our lives. The sun is not only the sun not only provides us light and warmth but also helps us to live. Children of the planet Venus wait for the sun. They spend their whole 2 hours of summer outside the tunnel. Sunshine is a rare occasion for which everyone in the planet waits for. Lack of sunlight made Margaret pale and frail. She lost all her color. The sun is important for our life. So, from all this, we know how important the sun is. They were just waiting for these 2 hours of summer. That simply shows the importance of sun in their lives as well as in our lives. Now let us go to the setting of this poem. It is already set in the planet Venus with specific features. And there is a tunnel, underground city, and group of children around there. And Margaret, the main protagonist, migrated from this earth to set up civilization. Style is another important aspect of this story. Various styles we can categorize: narration, chronology, imagery, irony, and rhetorical devices. The narration is basically third person narrative. Chronology, it maintains unity of time and place and action. Imagery, it uses auditory and color imageries. Irony, Margaret is expecting the sun while the children are least expecting the sun. And rhetorical devices are metaphors, similes, and hyperboles used in this story. Let's see them one by one. Narration, the third person narrative with some dialogue. Margaret is given a dull character. Readers understand her emotions and feel for her. The readers also feel anxiety, despair, and melancholy. Events are narrated in a lively manner, stopping up the rain, children's play, and so on. Chronology, there is unity of action, time, and place. Time and action, the entire action takes place in a single day on the planet Venus. The place is the events taking place in two places: at the poor and dark underground classroom and outside the forest. Basically, it is in planet Venus and in the underground tunnel as well as just outside the tunnel. Imagery used to describe differences between the planet Earth and Venus. There are so many imageries used to describe the difference between planets Earth and Venus. Vivid description of land and forest at Venus is seen by relentless rain devoid of light. It's an expression of imagery. Let's go into the detailed imageries. Color imageries used here. Gold or yellow crayon is used here. Blue from her eyes and red from her mouth and the yellow from her hair. These are colors used to describe. And then we have auditory imageries: drum and gush of water, touching drum, all of the blast and repercussions and thunders. These are auditory imageries related to sound. A boom of thunder startled them. Again, an auditory imagery here. We have irony, contrast between what is expected to occur and what actually occurs. Margaret desperately awaits the sun, but her friends did not believe. Wanted to go out in the sun. Margaret's classmates thought Margaret was lying and least expected the sun. And they forgot Margaret when sun emerged. Rhetorical devices, metaphors are used here. Metaphors compares and equate with other things. Sun is flower, blooms just for 1 hour. It was the color of flaming brown. Again, a metaphor used for describing sun. The sky around it was blazing blue tile color. The sky is like blazing blue tile. Again, color imagery also is used here. Margaret's appearance. She was an old photograph dusted from an album. Again, old photograph. Rhetorical device, metaphor used here. Rain, endless taking down of the clear bead necklace upon the roof. So, endless shaking down of the clear bead necklace is again a rhetorical metaphor used here to describe the type of rain they are experiencing. Forest, it was the color of rubber and ash, color of stone and white cheese and ink, color of the moon. All these are metaphors used to describe the forest. We have similes, ample examples of similes. Comparing what is simile, comparing two unlike things. Both ideas remain distinct in spite of their similarities. It is like a penny sun. Sun is like a fire in the stove. Children's crowding action turned on themselves like a feverish wheel, all tumbling spark. So this is how the children are crowding towards the door windows. Children's experience and warmth of the sun, feeling the sun on their cheeks like a warm iron stove. Jungle, it was the forest of octopi, clustering up great arms of flesh like weed wavering, flowering in its brief spring. Again, describing the forest with all weed and wavering and flowering and so on. Children coming out of the tunnel. Then, vividly, like animals escaped from their caves, they ran and ran. This is how the children came out of the tunnel. A boom sound of thunder startled them, and like leave before a new hurricane, they tumbled upon other each other and ran. So they just tumbled upon one another and then they just ran. They stood as if someone had driven them like so many stakes into the floor. So these are similes used here to describe various elements like sun, children, jungle, and their various actions. Hyperbole also is another rhetorical device that is used here, exaggerated view of to overemphasize something. Stare in remembrance, a coin large enough to buy the world. Again, an exaggerated view uh, of the children's remembrance. Heard up the gigantic sound of rain falling in tons and avalanches everywhere and forever. This is how the world outside the planet, outside the tunnel, is described. Hyperbolic expression of the climatic condition or the world outside the tunnel in Venus. Critical appreciation, coming to a critical appreciation, we shall just see how this play this story is from our own perspective. Sci-fi, science and fiction refers to portray space or time travel and life on other planets. Is a sci-fi story with some combination of imagination and real facts. Science talks about real facts and fiction talks about imagination. Children and their behavior seem to be real, but the setting of incessant rain and sunshine for 2 hours are imagination. It is set in the future on the planet Venus. Characters are set in future on the planet Venus. They are here there to set up civilization. The children of the planets, that is, they are there to set up civilization. Only Margaret has gone from the earth to Venus, others haven't gone. Others are born and brought up there. The story does not tell us the reason for their immigration from the earth to Venus. In fact, they do not tell us what exactly is the reason the Margaret has gone. Right in the beginning, he says to set up civilization. What is that the reason? We are not very sure about it. Margaret became pale as the sunlight is vital for her living. The fact mentioned here is just opposite to the real Venus because the real Venus is very hot. So we can say Bradbury's science fiction stories turned the airless world into vividly realized landscape. So what is special about this author? He imagines and presents it in a realized landscape as if it is a real facts like. So basically, if you look at this story, it is basically a sci-fi science fiction story. That's all for us today. When we come back, we will have another important lesson. Stay safe and stay blessed. Thank you.